Hello and welcome back. This is Andrea, and if you are new around here, I work with virtual assistants, OBMs, my done-for-you friends who are ready to stop being this generalist catch-all and actually specialize in something that pays well and feels really exciting for them. And today we are talking about how to know if what the specialization is, what you're choosing, is really for you. And if you start to doubt it, is this nerves or is this some sort of actual misalignment? And I see this a lot, right? It just happened to me recently with a client. It's like, okay, we've gone through, we created this amazing thing, all excited. And then it comes time to launch it. And then you feel like, what is going on? Your brain tells you, no, this isn't the right thing. Nobody's going to want this. What happens if I pick it wrong? If this is not what I'm supposed to be doing? And all of this stuff. And that's okay, because we're going to talk about how to know if it's actually right or not. So do not worry. If that is happening to you right now, I want you to just pause, take a deep breath, and I would invite you to really embody what I'm about to say to you right now. You are not alone in this feeling. You are not behind in anything. This is an actual part of the process. I know. Don't worry, we'll get into it. And this is exactly what I work on with my clients inside Expansion, which is my one-on-one coaching. And I help service providers like you step into their expertise without being paralyzed by this launching of a new offer. And so today we're going to dive deep into the difference between, okay, this genuinely is not right for me versus this is scary and new and my brain is trying to protect me from being seen, and the change of it all. Because yes, there is a difference, and knowing it is going to help you move forward. It's going to help you to not just stop because you think that, oh, this isn't right, we're going to move through that. Okay, so let's start with the first pattern that I see with my clients. They'll often say things like, well, for instance, I've had a number of clients who were transitioning from VA to OBM, and they are creating this core offer. And they said, well, I haven't had a real OBM retainer client yet. Like, how do I know that I can do this? Or they'll say, oh, I've been working on this and this thing is a little bit rocky. I've just had this experience. Now I don't know if this is meant for me. Or they'll say things like, well, what if nobody actually wants this? Right. And I can go on and on. But if any of that sounds familiar, if you are thinking like, yeah, I've questioned things like that myself, that's normal. This is your nervous system trying to keep you safe. Right. So what happens is that whenever there's something that is unfamiliar, your nervous system does not like that at all. Your nervous system loves familiarity. So even if you're not happy where you are right now, you start to convince yourself that, oh yeah, this is where I'm meant to be. This is what I should be doing because this feels safe. Sometimes there is misalignment. So we'll get into that. But what your nervous system is doing is taking these normal launch nerves and turning them into evidence and creating evidence that you're not ready. This fear is protective, but there's a difference between fear and fact, right? So fact is actionable, whereas fear is protective. So fear will say things like, oh, are you sure that you should be doing this? Maybe you're not good enough, and all of those doubts that come in. But fact says, okay, here are the things that are happening. ABC, here are the things that you do know. Like, we can see this as evidence. It would hold up in a court of law. And here is what can be done. So there are 3 questions that you can ask yourself in order to tell the difference between fear and fact. Question 1 is this frustration happening because it's new and unfamiliar, or because it genuinely doesn't align with me? If you didn't have to go out and sell it, if a client could magically appear and you would just work with them doing this, would it be exciting for you? Would you want to do this? And number 2, question 2 is this challenge something that I can solve with a tweak, learning, or support, or is this true misalignment? Is the thing I was thinking of doing really feeling like, wait, is that really what I want to do? Or is that something that I think I should be doing? Things like that, right? Or is it like, okay, I'm feeling this, but you know what? maybe with some support, maybe if I learn this platform a little bit better, then I'll feel more comfortable going into it. And question number 3, am I confusing a learning curve with a lack of skill? Anytime there's something new, there's going to be a learning curve, right? That's just natural. And can you look up some videos on YouTube? Can you go through some tutorials and figure it out? Or are you really like, no, this is like something that I'm just not naturally good at? So for example, maybe let's say there's a platform set up, maybe you're a systems girly and you want to set up a sauna for a new client, but you're hitting some roadblocks, right? You're like, wait, there are some things in there that they want to do that feel a little bit confusing to me, and this is taking way longer than expected. Is this a frustrating experience? Of course. Is this a red flag that you should never do this again? A lot of times, no, right? Because a lot of times it's just that you're learning something new. And obviously new things are uncomfortable, and that's a normal part of the process. If you're doing it and you're like, okay, like think back, like really sit and think with it. Like, you know what? Before I started this, I thought, oh, this was kind of fun. Now I'm hitting some snags. But what if I knew how to deal with those snags? Would I think this was fun? And when you get to the end of the project, do you feel accomplished? Or you're like, ooh, that was kind of cool, actually. Right? So things like that. So really, really just sit with it and go deeper with it. And you can do a thought experiment, right? When you are hit with that, oh, I'm not good enough moment, take a step back, take a breath, and say, you know what? If this were easy, would I enjoy it? If I knew exactly what to do, would I enjoy doing this? If the answer is yes, great, that's growth. If the answer is no, that might be a misalignment. That might be a clue that the work itself is not for you. So that's part 1. So now the next is to understand your experience. So I said earlier, that, when people have doubts a lot of times when they're kind of up leveling into something new and they think, well, I don't know how to do this. And this is what I invite you to understand. Your experience counts. It doesn't matter what your title is. It doesn't matter what you say you are. You have experience in so many different ways that encompasses this, right? And I see it so often that a lot of my clients, at the beginning of us working together, they discount their own experience because it wasn't done under this new label. But let me remind you that if you've done things like manage client communications, calendars, inboxes, if you've created repeatable workflows, SOPs, if you solve problems for clients on the fly, if you've planned systems and implemented processes, if you've done anything even remotely like this in any capacity, even before this online role, then you already have the skills that you need to specialize. The title does not make you more or less legitimate. That is semantics. And a lot of times that is also this doubt creeping up, right? Think like, oh, I need to be certified in something. I need to be accredited. I need to be this, that in order to be taken seriously. That's your imposter syndrome taking over. Your semantics of your title, things like that does not equal readiness. And so I have a little quick exercise for you. If this is something that you're dealing with, make a list of every project, workflow, or system that you've set up in the past year. Whatever it is that you're like, oh, I'm kind of interested in this. Think about like, oh, wait, here are all my experiences that relate to this. Not the title of what you're doing, not the label, but the actual work. And then when you see it on paper, you start to recognize like, oh, shit, I actually do know how to handle this. Like, oh, I actually do know things, right? Like, I'm not just pretending, I know. And so in this way, you're already one step into the role that you want to get into. And so now let's talk about another classic thing that happens all of the time. It's that this one hard thing you take as proof that you are not good enough. And so this is kind of follows along with this example of, oh, I'm setting up this sauna, I'm running into some snags. That means I don't know what I'm doing and I can't specialize in anything involving this, right? Here's the thing is that your brain loves evidence. And so you hit a tricky client project or a platform setup that's more complicated or any part of your offer that, you didn't love. And then you immediately think like, oh, that means I'm not cut out for this. That means it's not for me. But the truth is that there is a learning curve. And the question is not, is it easy right now? That's not the question. So it's not about, oh, is it easy right now? The question is, do I want to figure this out? Am I curious about this? Or does this genuinely make me miserable? And there is a huge difference between, oh, this is challenging but satisfying versus, no, I hate every second of this and I never want to do it again. Right? So when you feel frustration, think about the source of that frustration. Is it the work itself or is it the newness of the situation? Are you reacting emotionally to difficulty or is this genuine misalignment? And these things can be tricky to spot because they can feel similar, especially in that moment of frustration. And so you can come back to it, after you've calmed down, after you've kind of taken a step away, maybe go for a walk and think about it and see what comes up. And then next is this myth that I would love to bust is that a lot of nervousness comes about when we talk about specialization because it feels like this huge choice, right? It feels like, oh my God, if I do this, this is going to be forever. Now, this is not a tattoo, and even those can be removed, right? You are not locked into this forever. We are just focusing right now, and don't think about it like permanence. So specialization is simply, for right now, for this time period, this is what I'm putting out there. This is what I'm marketing, and this is what I'm known for. This absolutely does not mean that you cannot evolve, adjust, or pivot in the future. In fact, most successful service providers do exactly that. They start with one focus, they master it, and then they deepen it or shift it or, kind of go off into this tangent when they discover other things based on what their experience is and what they've learned. You've probably already done that in your business so far. There are things that you love to do. You've been learning along the way, and I bet you have done some evolution in your business. That's going to continue to happen, and that's a healthy thing. So when your brain tells you, like, oh, what if I realize in 6 months this isn't right? Guess what? You're allowed to shift. You're allowed to pivot. That's not a word. You are allowed to pivot. That is strategy. That's not you failing at something or picking the wrong thing or totally ruining your life. And the funny part about this is that not choosing anything at all because of this fear means you are exactly where you are right now. You stay a generalist, you stay overwhelmed, you stay undercharging. And it's I know you've heard this before, but it's all about taking that imperfect action. So when you move forward, you build up this momentum and you keep moving forward. When you overthink things, when you just stay where you are, then you really pause and it's like you're just in the sludge, So take the risk, dive into the thing. And also I do want to challenge one other belief is that a lot of my clients think that, or at the beginning, they think that, well, if I do this and then I switch to something else, people are going to think I'm flaky or they're not going to want to work with me. Two things about that. One is that you are only the main character in your own story. People do not care that much. And that's liberating, right? So you get to do what you want. And two is that when you talk about the why behind it, when you take people on the journey, when you're excited about it, people want to go on that journey with you and they're genuinely happy for you and they're excited and they're like, oh, amazing. And I don't know of very many people in my 5-6 years of doing this so far who look down upon somebody for pivoting, for shifting, for specializing, for going after their dreams and saying, oh no, I love doing this thing. Never. So don't be afraid that clients are going to be confused. The confused ones are not your ideal clients anyways. Don't be afraid that they're going to judge you because they are not. Take them on the ride. You have a story to tell, right? You have a reason that you're doing this and you just take them with you and it's exciting. And so with that, let's do a little exercise because, I like to do little exercises in these. So sit down, clear out a little time, a little space, and write down every doubt or frustration you have about the thing you're thinking about specializing in. Every single one, brain dump it all. And for each one, go back and really ask yourself and sit with this, feel it in your body. Think, is this actual misalignment? Should I not be doing this? Or is it just fear? So is this misalignment or fear? The second question, there's 3. Am I frustrated because this is new or because I genuinely dislike it? And 3, if this were easier, if I just knew how to do it, because I will at some point, would I actually enjoy this? And a bonus, pick one small concrete action this week. Maybe a little, I keep focusing on the systems. I'm just using it as an example, so we'll just stick with it. So maybe a little mini system set up, chat with a peer, anything, and take one action. Tell somebody that this is what you're doing. Do a market research call, whatever it is. The point is not perfection, it's movement, because you're not going to get clear until you actually start doing something. You need to take action to know for sure. So the more you are sitting here stewing in this, you're going to just stew further and further and further and not get out of this hole. So we want to take action, and then you're going to know. Once you do things, you will know. So if you are in that, I don't know if I am ready space, I have a few ways to go deeper. One is that I have in the show notes, I have the premium offer kit. It'll be under resources. It's free and it helps you figure out what to specialize in and how to package it. 2 is that I invite you to book a free clarity call with me, also in the show notes, and we can talk through your doubts, where fear is talking, where facts live. And if you are curious about working through these exact challenges in a structured way, so you are excited and you launch the thing, that is what I do every day with my clients inside of Expansion. And so remember that your experience is real, your skills are solid, and you are ready to step into this next level of your business. So do the exercise, pick a small action, move forward, because clarity comes from action and not overthinking. So with that, I will see you guys in the next episode.